Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings. I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. This is going to be a timeless reading for the General Collective, okay? So this is for each and every single one of us. So please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so that affects my memory. You know, I can really struggle to find my words or even get them out. Sometimes I do get tongue-tied pretty easy, as you just saw a little bit ago. I also have tremors. Sometimes it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands. So when that happens, you know, I can drop whatever I'm holding, cards included, which can make shuffling a little difficult. I struggle with my grip. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to myself so I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. You know, the message gets out the way it is meant to eventually. Okay, so everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me. I would love and appreciate that so very much, you guys. I love being able to connect with you one-on-one. It really, it's really nice to do that. So, all right, yeah, that's all in the description down below. So like I said, this is going to be a bit of a timeless reading. Spirit did have me pull this message here from my Sixth Sense Oracle deck. It's a number 29, Hello from Heaven. So, you know, we need a message from our loved ones, right? The signs are clear. It's not your imagination playing tricks. You know, you could be finding feathers, you guys. Spirit's like, they could be finding feathers. They could be finding coins, dragonflies or butterflies or frogs, you know, may come up and be like they're saying hello. You may see a cardinal in the yard. Your lost loved ones want you to know that they are okay and miss you too. When you acknowledge the signs, they feel overjoyed because they have been able to get through to you. Some of you, you guys, it's music. I just heard it's music. It's doing something you love, like cooking. Maybe you guys cooked together a lot or rode horses. You know, there are so many of us, so the possibilities are endless. Maybe it's gardening, you know, that came through too. So they are doing their best to guide and help you. They want you to live a full and happy life until you are reunited again in heaven. They will thrive in the spirit world when they see you enjoying your life here. You know, you still have a whole lot of life to live. The affirmation, I am ready to see the signs from my loved ones in spirit. Ooh, okay, one more time with that. I am ready to see the signs from my loved ones in spirit. Now get ready. You know, they could show up in your dreams as well. Crystals, Amethyst, Apophyllite, Celestine, and Blue Lace Agate. So, ooh, okay, you know, messages from heaven, a big hello, a big, and I just heard like that hello, darling, you know? Nice to see you, like Conway Twitty. Okay, goodness. So, all right, let's see what else is going on. We're going to get some tarot. I also will draw a few messages from the Angel Answers Oracle. So if you have any questions in mind, or if you're just wanting to know about something, you know, we'll try to get them answers here from our guides and our angels and our our loved ones as well. All right, let's see what else we need to know here, Spirit. What else is coming through for my collective here? Thank you for these messages. Thank you for your wisdom and your guidance and your protection, your truth in all matters and at all times. All right, so, okay, we have the Lovers coming out first and foremost here. Let me just grab a few more here. One more here, Spirit. Okay, hang on. That one said me too, okay. All right, so we'll go in order here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we do have the Lovers coming through. It's a number 6. This is Gemini energy. We are close to Gemini season. You could have Gemini somewhere in your birth chart. For me, I have Gemini rising. You could be dealing with someone with Gemini in their birth chart, or, you know, even if you don't know, that's perfectly okay. So the Lovers, if you are open and ready to receive love, this is, you know, your divine counterpart, your divine masculine to your divine feminine, or your divine feminine to your divine masculine. So twin flames, soulmates, you know, connecting on a deeper level, ready to make a commitment, ready to present your cup of love that is overflowing. And, you know, just everything that you've been wanting in another person. And, you know, you could even be pouring more love back into your own self as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, we do have the High Priestess coming through. So the High Priestess for me represents my great-great-grandma Maggie. She read tea leaves. I didn't get to know her. You know, she passed before I was born, but you know, I feel her energy, I feel her presence, because she was the queen of her castle, right? She was, you know, took care of home and hearth and presided over her table, took care of, you know, her home and her house. And, you know, things aren't just black and white only, you guys. There are gray areas. Things aren't just right or wrong only. You know, we have that iffy maybe area, right? So we can't just look at things as being one way or that way. And we have to trust that the wisdom that we need, it comes from within. But, you know, it could also be coming from our ancestors. You know, they're not just going to give it to us. You know, we have to ask and trust that it will come to us when we need it. You know, it's there inside of us, guys. We have to tap into it. We have to believe, you know, that the messages are coming, but we also have to accept that we're not meant to know everything all the time, but that what we are meant to know, especially if it's something that's going to keep us from harm, you guys, you know, I feel like that can come real quick, real fast, but, you know, we have to be in tune with our star player. We have to be working with our intuition each and every single day. It's like a muscle, you know, the more you use it, the stronger it gets, you guys. So, you know, you're the High Priestess. Call on that energy within you, your own inner knowledge. I mean, look at all those books. Look at all the different forms of divination tools she has, you know, right there. And even her familiar is like, I'm helping too. All right, up next we have the King of Pentacles. So if you guys have been following me a while, you know the King of Pentacles, I can't even talk, see, tongue-tied. The King of Pentacles, rather, represents my granddaddy. You know, he was good at business. He grew up, he was very poor, but, you know, as he got older and he, you know, figured things out, he ended up having his own real estate business, and he had 2 different locations in 2 separate towns. So, I mean, he did very well. And the king is literally telling you, you can have your cake and eat it too. And it's so funny because when I was meditating before I even came into my office to start, I was picturing the King of Pentacles, and, you know, the message coming through, and that was, you know, we have turned that you can have your cake and eat it too into something negative. Oh, he wants to have his cake and eat it too, you know. Oh, la-di-da, you know. But if you set cake in front of me, I'ma eat it, you know. Come on, let's get real there, you know. So you know, I don't think it's a complete negative thing. I think it depends on how your intentions are behind it. But like I said, you put a cake in front of me and I'm gonna eat it. Maybe not the whole cake. There was a time I would have, you know, but I'm trying to unbig my back. So, you know, but the King of Pentacles also has a glass of wine. You know, we do see the grapes up there. You know, grapes make wine. You know, I look at grapes as abundance, but, you know, they can be fickle. They can be hard to take care of, but he has mastered it, you guys. You know, yeah, you can have your cake and eat it too, but that doesn't mean you don't have to do the work, you know, required to enjoy all the good things, right? And I mean, his kingdom is flourishing. He's got a cow there, you know, they are sacred in some cultures. He also has that old faithful dog there at his side. That dog is resting, trusting, you know, that his master is taking care of everything and he can just rest, you know. But it does take work, you guys. You do have to show up. You do have to put in the work. You do have to put in the effort, you know, because Pentacles is that earth energy. It's the power of your physical body. You know, being present, being grounded, being centered, being stable, you guys. And, you know, it takes years. Okay, years. Think of Earth. The day we plant the seed is not the day we get the harvest, you guys. You better work, you know, that kind of thing. And we have the Page of Pentacles showing up here as well. So, you know, pages are messengers here, you guys. They are young energy, you know. So the Page of Pentacles is just starting out on the journey here, and as you can see, he or she is very prepared. They have the map, they know which way they want to go. You know, there's that tower in the background. The tower is not crumbling here though, you know, it's on that strong steady foundation. And you know, you can be excited, you know, like I said, to get from here to here, it can take a while, you guys. And I know we get impatient sometimes, you know, we have that drive-through fast food mentality of, I'm going to place my order. By the time I get around, it better be hot, fresh, good, ready to go. Everything better be in my bag and, you know, all of that. But when you want soul food, when you want things that are going to last, because this is building your empire, and, you know, trusting that you're going to have the messages, you know, that guidance, that support, you know, your divine counterpart showing up for you, the king to your queen, the queen to your king, you know, that sort of thing. All right. We do have the Seven of Cups coming in next. So, you know, lots of choices here, you guys. You know, you have your choices, and, you know, it can be overwhelming even when all the choices in the cups are good. You know, when you're having them all come at you at one time, you can be like, okay, hold on, you know, my body would be like, I said panic, girl, you know. And even though I'm like, there's nothing to panic about, my body's just like, I don't care. I said we go and panic, so let's do that. So, you know, lots of meditation on my end. So, you know, and then we can let fear, doubt, worry, negativity come in and be like, what if we make the wrong choice? What if we pick the wrong cup? You know, so, you know, we don't really truly know what's going to work and what won't until we give it a try. So pick up one of them cups. You know, if it's not, if you pick it up and you're like, that ain't for me, set it back down, pick up another cup. Who says you can't do that? I've never heard, you know, that you can't do that. So, F around and find out, I guess, you know. All right, coming in last, we do have this 10 of Wands energy. So, like I said, this 7 of Cups could have you feeling this way. You could feel overburdened, overwhelmed, overcome, you know. You're walking uphill, but you're almost home. Keep that in mind. You are almost home. You are almost in that home stretch. So guess what you got to do? You got to drop some of them heavy burdens. Drop them like they're hot. And if they belong to other people, take it to the baggage claim and be like, you got a lot of luggage in your name. Thank you, Miranda Lambert. If you've never heard that song, give it a listen. It cracks me up every time. So, you know, it ain't my problem now. You know, I can't carry it all, y'all. So, you know, we're not meant to carry everybody else's burdens. You know, we have enough problems of our own. We have enough things of our own to carry that we have to work through, you know, through healing, through meditating, praying, whatever it is that helps you blow off some steam. Maybe you hit a punching bag, you know, do what you gotta do, you know, to relieve that pressure off yourself, you know. And don't put extra pressure on yourself either. Like, don't overthink, overanalyze things too much, you know. Usually your gut reaction is the right one, right? You know, that one that's like, we should do this, we should pick this one, we should go this way instead of that way. You know, listen to that, you guys. That is your intuition letting you know. So, you know, go wherever your arrow is pointing. You have to follow that. All right, let's get some, I think it is Crystal Wisdom mini deck. I have so many, I get them confused sometimes, so it's okay. All right, okay. We have several. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Okay. Don't usually get that many, but we will take it. Let me get them in order here. And I'm going to try my best to say this. Shatukite Teacher. I have the divine wisdom of the universe within me, and I openly share it with the world. Yes, that high priestess energy with that one there. Love it. All right, we have Divine Temple Crystal for Source. I am deeply connected to and an expression of the divine source of the universe. Ooh, okay, you know, feeling that high priestess there with that one as well. We also have Orpiment for Success. I am successful in all that I do. Yes, that King of Pentacles energy there. We also have Ruby for Shine. It's time for me to shine. Yes, it is. And we also have Opal for Joy. My soul sings and dances to the vibration of joy. Ooh, I really like that one, you guys. And we have to choose joy, you know. We have to choose to be happy, you know, right here, right now. No matter what else this day brings, I'm choosing to be happy. I'm inviting happiness to stay with me for the rest of this day. Thank you so much. All right, let's get some angel answers messages here as well. Okay, this one says, ooh, perfect timing, you guys. So if one of your questions had to do with perfect timing, you know, this is the perfect time to start something or do something. You know, whatever it is, I mean, you know what it is. You know, your guides and angels are speaking to you directly. Someone's getting a no here, but you know, when we are told no, you know, go back and reevaluate. maybe this no is in place because you need to dream a little bigger. You need to ask for something more. Something better is on its way to you, because you also have no need to worry. So, you know, there's no need to worry about this no. Something better, and in line, in alignment, perfect timing, you guys, like divine guidance, divine timing at work here. So don't worry. Trust and believe that something better is going to take the place of whatever you're being told no about. You have be assertive here, you guys, you know, step up. You know, like I said, even though the King of Pentacles is living the good life and enjoying stuff, you still have to step up. You still have to do your part. And you also have don't stop. So whatever it is that you're doing, you guys, don't stop. You know, like I said, you are in the home stretch. You are almost home. And usually when our breakthrough is right around the corner, I know it for me, I want to give up so much. It's like I've been going so hard for so long. And then, you know, the other part of me kicks in and like, you know, I've come this far. I've come so far. I can't give up now. That would be absurd. You know, so the inner struggles that I have with myself there, you guys. So, you know, I'm human. I'm real. I struggle with things, and, you know, I'm still at 42 years old. I'm still learning and growing, you guys. So, and I hope it never stops, because, you know, that's how we're meant to be. We're meant to learn and grow. All right, you guys, these are our messages. It is good for whenever you happen to come across it. You can come back and review the messages as many times as you need to. Get in tune with your star player, you guys. You know, you have a lot to learn, and you have a lot of knowledge to give to the next generation. So, all right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed these messages. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, you know, especially if you would like to see more messages like this. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with you guys. It truly means so very much to me. And, you know, you're part of the teamwork that makes the dream work, you guys. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you. I'm so grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you. I am sending you so much love, light, and positive energy. May you have such an amazing, wonderful, happy, loving day. And, you know, trust in your intuition more, you guys. Your gut instinct, those messages that are coming through. All right, you guys, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. And I want to say thank you. Blessed be. Namaste and goodbye.